Doing things with intention will change your life. Alright, I've recently really started to get into intentionalism, and I actually wanted to make this video for a long time because there was a time where I was really in the moment where I was really doing stuff with intention, and I really focused on only doing that thing. And I can tell you that this is honestly a great way to slow down your life, to live with more meaning, to have a more meaningful life, right? To, as I said, to slow down your life, to be more in the moment, to appreciate life more. And I really think that in our world that is moving way more faster, I said it in so many videos, right? There's always more information, always more new stuff, always more to do, always more productivity and stuff. I think it's really important to have the skill to just focus on one thing, okay, and on one thing exclusively, and that's what I want to talk to you about here in this video. So basically, intentionalism, it's not really hard to get it right? It's just you have to choose one thing that you want to do, and you just do this one thing with full dedication, okay? You do one thing and you pour in all your effort, all your heart, your entire focus will just be dedicated on that one thing that you try to do. And I've written down a couple of examples on how I did this and on how you can use this in your life. And I think just a few quick tips before we start. It's really important to get rid of distractions, because one thing I realized that we don't have this intentionalism anymore. We don't have this intention, this purpose to do anything with just our full focus and our full dedication and effort, because we're always distracted by our phones, right? I said this in one of my last videos that I used to be on my phone so much. I was always like listen to music or have my AirPods in my ears while I was cooking or cleaning or something, and it's really taken away from the present and the presence you can feel if you always distract yourself and you always have your mind wandering. And one thing, I will make a separate video about that, but one thing that really inspired me to be more purposeful and more intentional with the stuff I was doing was the movie The Last Samurai. It's my favorite movie right now, and in one scene of the film, the main character, the protagonist, says that he really finds the samurai, the people that live in this village, he finds them really astonishing, because from the moment they rise, everything they do with full dedication.
They are an intriguing people. From the moment they wake, they devote themselves to the perfection of whatever they pursue. I have never seen such discipline.
That's something I really want to do as well, and I've started to integrate this into my life, and I can tell you that my life has been feeling a lot better. I have had a lot more routine in my life, and usually people always say, oh no, I feel like my life is so boring, it's every day it's the same routine, every day it's just the same. I actually like having this routine. I actually like having a set schedule, a set routine, and then doing everything on this routine with purpose, with intention, okay? And I will just mention a couple of things I did to get rid of the distractions and to be more intentional with the stuff I'm doing. So one of the things I always did was, when I was going outside to go for a walk, I would always listen to music or a podcast, and I would always rush to get more knowledge, to get more information, and to just consume as much information as possible on this off time. And I said this in my last video, where I said that you have to do less, you have to do nothing sometimes in order to accomplish more. And when you always try to get more information, more overload, then it's not really good. And especially I was listening to like podcast in 2.5x speed. That's really, you don't get the best out of it. So I stopped listening to music, I stopped listening to podcasts, and I was just focusing on walking, okay, and really taking in the environment, in the nature, and just seeing the birds and the trees and the other people and feeling my steps on the ground. And that's really something that helped me to be more intentional with it. And another thing, and I also got this from The Last Samurai, is when I drink tea, because there's this one quote, I will probably put it in here in the video, where he says, life in every breath. Every cup of tea we drink, every life we take, that is the way of the warrior. Life in every breath, that is Bushido.
To know life in every breath, every cup of tea, every life we take, the way of the warrior.
Life in every breath.
That is Bushido.
Recently I started to drink so much tea because I always have to think about this quote, and every time I drink the tea I'm really intentional with it and I'm really present. I just drink the tea and all I do is focus on drinking tea, and all I focus on is how it tastes, and it's really a good activity to get into the present moment and get into the flow. And as I said, you have to do less, you have to sometimes do stuff with intention, or even do nothing with intention in order to really experience life better and experience life more fully. And when I just said about the music stuff, I also started to listen to music with more intention, okay? And this is something that brings me so much joy. I really experience like authentic, real happiness. I experience self-love and all this stuff when I do this, is to listen to music with intention, okay? Because as I said so many times, you have something else to do when you listen to music, right? So many people that listen to music on their way to work, in the gym, whatever. I mean, I listen to music in the gym, but that's besides the point, because when I listen to music with intention, then all I want to do is just experience the music. And I said in one of my videos that Alan Watts mentioned it, that life is more like a dance, life is play, right? And he also mentioned that it's like music, right? And you're just supposed to listen to the music and to dance and not really try to get to an end. And that's exactly what I think. Listening to music with intention is a great practice to be more intentional and to get into the present moment. And I said this every time I listen to music with intention, I just dance in my small room here. It's really amazing to see how much happiness and how much freedom can come from that. And another very important one is when you eat, okay? When you're eating, I know so many people, I've seen this on YouTube countless times, where they distract themselves, and that's exactly what I said before, that you have to limit the distractions, you have to limit the social media intake, the constant overflow of information, right? Because first off, it's really unhealthy to distract yourself while you're eating, okay? Your gut can feel it, your gut is basically like your second brain, and it's really toxic to be on your phone or to watch TV or something while you're eating. And I did this as well, like so many times I would make myself a snack and then just watch some Netflix or some YouTube or something, and you're missing the entire point. I said this in my video on how to slow down, that the point of eating the meal is eating the meal, right? If you cook something delicious, if you cook something really nice, something nutritious, something that's really gonna help your body to get the proper nutrients, the proper energy, you want to really pay attention to that. You want to eat this with intention, you want to be intentional, right? You want to taste the food, you want to say, oh man, this tastes great. And I do this every morning when I prepare my oatmeal. I always mix it with my protein powder and it tastes really good. I have an apple with it, and I always I sit there and I get really grounded in the present moment when I eat it, and I just think about what it tastes like, what it feels like, okay? And especially eating with intention is such a superpower, because almost no one does it, right? And I mean, on certain occasions it's okay, right? When you go out with friends or family to a nice restaurant, so you have dinner there and you talk and stuff, like that's something nice, right? Because you're actually having a human interaction. It's not that you're distracted by your phone or something. And I think in this regard it's okay to actually not pay that much attention to your food, but when you're alone and when there's not such occasion, then I think you should just really appreciate the food you have, right? I think that's something that I really like about religion, is that a lot of different religions, they have a prayer before they eat, right? They thank God, the universe, whatever it may be, for the food they have. And I really like this, that to be grateful for it and then to eat it with intention, and to be grateful that you can eat something nice and healthy. So I think eating with intention is another really good point, another superpower. Another point I think is really important, and as I said, I already mentioned this topic in my video about doing less, is to think with intention, okay? Because basically we're all thinking all the time, and it's really hard to get out of this rut when you're always thinking and one thought triggers the next and stuff, and you have to meditate a long time. Okay, only recently I really started to get aware on a daily level on what I'm thinking and that I'm thinking about different stuff, and to remind myself that I have to ground myself back into the moment. But I think sometimes just to brainstorm ideas, to listen to music and brainstorm ideas, and to just think about different stuff. Okay, if you want to start a business, brainstorm ideas for that. I do this so oftentimes. I have so many different ideas regarding that, and I have different friends with whom I want to start businesses, and I always think about different ideas and about where I want to take this YouTube channel, and I have ideas about that, especially when I meditate, okay? And so I think it's good sometimes to just pour your heart out, pour your soul out, maybe just journal and write down your thoughts, but think with intention is another one that's, in my opinion, very overlooked, because you basically think all the time, and because you're stressed and stuff, you don't really care too much about your thoughts, right? You just say, you're just stuck in this loop, in this loop of thoughts, and you don't really pay attention to them. You just identify yourself with the thoughts, or you just put them aside and say, I'm stressed, I have to think about other stuff. But there's so much creativity you can get from that, and there's so many great ideas to have if you actually start thinking with intention and start to pay attention to your thoughts. And one of the last things I put here is brushing your teeth with intention, because as I said, so many times I would listen to music or podcasts or YouTube videos or whatever, and it was always like in the morning or in the evening when I would get up or go to bed, when I would brush my teeth. And I mean, I still listen to stuff when I go to bed, when I brush my teeth, but in the morning I try to limit my phone time. I try to not be on my phone for like the first 1 or 2 hours of the day, and just be present, okay? And when I brush my teeth, really, I can't describe it. When you pay attention to every single tooth and stuff, it really changes your mind, okay? As I said, just living with intention, it will slow down your life. You will have a much greater life if you just focus on the stuff you're doing, if you have a set routine and you always focus on it. And the normal things, they will have more magic, they will have more wonder. That's an idea, a video idea that I want to pursue in the future, so you can stay tuned for that. So make sure to subscribe, because I will make a video about how to have more magic and more wonder in your life. But just by being present and by doing stuff with intention, you can have a lot more magic in your life if you just pay attention to the normal stuff and be grateful for it. And that was basically the message of this video. I hope you liked it and I could spark some insights and ideas to you, and thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.